Sometimes it's not the world that's weighing you down. It's your own thoughts, the loops, the stories, the endless what-ifs and why-me's that hijack your mind and flood your system. You know what I'm talking about? That moment when your thoughts keep circling around that one person, that one situation, that one thing that didn't go your way. You wake up with it, you go to sleep with it, and everything else in life gets pushed to the side. Work, friends, energy, gone. Even your body starts to whisper. Tight chest, racing heart, restless nights, trembling hands. You feel like you've lost control. But here's the thing. You haven't. Because what you're actually doing is giving something too much meaning. And no one teaches us this. But it's true. The more meaning you give something, the more power it has over you. Let me give you an example. I went through a heartbreak not too long ago. One of those slow burn relationships, on and off, filled with maybes and almosts. And just when I realized she was the one, she moved on. Gone. With someone new. While I was still there, planning proposals in my head, the pain, it hit like a truck. But you know what really hurt? The meanings I gave it. I was stupid. I wasted her time. She'll be happier with him. No one else will ever love me like that again. I'll be alone for the rest of my life. None of that was real. None of that was fact. It was just me, building a prison out of meaning. And here's the wild part. I could also give it a different meaning. Maybe we were meant to grow, not stay. Maybe I helped her get to that moment. Maybe she helped me finally see what I need. Maybe there's someone else who'll meet me where I am now. Same story, different frame, radically different life. So when your thoughts and emotions start running the show, don't ask, why am I feeling this? Ask, what meaning am I giving this? And do I want to keep it? Let's do an exercise. Right now, take that thing that's been looping in your head. You know the one. Now write down. What exactly happened? Just facts. No feelings. No story yet. Then ask yourself, what did I make that mean? Write it down. Every layer. Every thought. Because it's happened. That must mean. Now take a breath. And ask yourself, is that really true? Or is this my mind filling in the gaps? Now try this. What else could it mean? What's a meaning that softens your heart instead of breaking it? And just notice how your body starts to shift. Because here's the truth. You can't change what happened, but you can always change what it means. And when you do that, your emotions stop controlling you because you're finally in control of the story behind them. And here's the final step. Write down the things that do deserve your attention. The people, the passions, the parts of life that still make your eyes light up. What do these things mean to me? Why do they matter? What am I saying yes to when I say no to the chaos in my head? Because the truth is this. You can't let go of something unless you have something else to hold on to. And that's not weakness. That's how you reset. That's how you move forward without getting stuck. So next time your thoughts take over, don't fight them. Don't numb them. Don't run from them. Just ask, is this the meaning I want to live by? If not, choose again. Because freedom isn't found in what happens to you. It's found in how you name it. You ever wonder why the same situation can feel completely different depending on your mood? One day someone says, "Hey, are you okay?" And you feel seen. Another day they say the same thing and you're annoyed. Why? Do I not look okay? Same words, different you. That's not random. That's your state. Your state is your emotional setting. It's how your body, mind, and nervous system are tuned in a given moment. It affects everything. How you think, how you feel, how you breathe, how you speak, what you believe is possible. Your state is like a filter. It doesn't just color your thoughts, it decides them. And here's where it links to what we talked about earlier. Remember how I said emotions are created by the meaning you give something? Well, your state decides which meanings you're even able to choose. If you're in a low state, everything feels heavier, sharper, more permanent. You're not just tired, you're burned out. You're not just sad, you're broken. That person wasn't just late, they disrespected you. Again. But when you're in a powerful state, you breathe differently, you think differently, you give things new meaning. Not because they changed, but because you did. Let me put it simply. Your state is the lens. Your thoughts are the story, and your emotions are the soundtrack. Change the lens, and the story changes. The music softens. The whole scene shifts. But here's the catch. Most people don't realize they even have a state, let alone that they can manage it. They live like passengers on an emotional roller coaster they never chose to board. I'm just in a bad mood. I don't know. It's just one of those days. But it's not just a day. It's a state that you're stuck in because no one taught you how to shift it. Let me give you an example. You've probably had this happen. You're in the car arguing with your partner. Heated, ugly. And then you pull up to a friend's house. You ring the bell. The door opens. And suddenly you smile. Your voice changes. Your tone softens. You're fine. That wasn't fake. That was a state change. Instant. Voluntary. Real. And if you can do that for others, you can learn to do it for you. Let's try something together. Close your eyes. Think back to a moment you felt totally in flow. Confident, clear, energized. How was your breathing? How was your posture? What did your inner voice sound like? That's a state. Now compare it to how you felt last time you were anxious or angry. The difference? Massive. Now here's the kicker. Both are accessible. You've been in both. And you can practice getting back to the one that serves you. And when you do, you're not just managing emotions, you're changing the game. Because emotions live inside states. Anger, sadness, fear. They don't just show up. They grow inside the state you're in. Change your state. You change the ground they grow in. So next time your emotions take over, don't fight them. Don't suppress them. And definitely don't obey them. Instead ask, what state am I in right now? And is it helping me or hijacking me? You have more power than you think. Not because you control the world, but because you control the way you meet it. That's what state work is. That's what resilience actually looks like. Not feeling great all the time, but knowing how to find your way back when you get lost. Let me tell you something more about this topic. We think our emotions hold us back. Our sadness, our fear, our anger. But more often, it's not the emotion. It's the prediction behind it. You feel stuck in grief? Check what you're predicting. This pain will never pass. I'll never find someone like them again. I'll always feel this way. You're scared of starting something new? Check the thought. They'll laugh. I'll fail. It's already too late. Those aren't facts. Those are emotional forecasts that your brain quietly sneaks into the background until they sound like truth. And here's the wild part. You do it all the time. We all do. It'll be too cold in Malaga in 2 months. That cashier overcharged me on purpose. If I go for coffee with my ex, we'll definitely fight. Nobody hires people like me anymore. There are no good guys left. It's not that the world's against you. It's that you've become so damn good at telling yourself how the story ends, You stop being curious about what could actually happen. Let me tell you a story. My brother, over 50, great guy, warm heart, out of work for the first time in decades. 10 job rejections, no callbacks, and then he said it. I'm done. No one's going to hire someone like me. And I get it. He wasn't being lazy. He was being predictive, based on emotion and pain and assumption. But here's the thing. If your prediction becomes your truth, you're not just forecasting your future, you're sealing it. Same thing with a friend of mine. Great woman, smart, talented. 4 bad relationships in a row. And now? I give up. There are no decent men left. Really? Billions of people on this planet? And you've decided your last 4 experiences tell the whole story? That's not intuition. That's fear, wearing the mask of certainty. And let's be real. We all do this. We predict cold before we check the forecast. We predict conflict before we say hello. We predict betrayal before trust is even earned. We predict failure, because that way we don't have to risk trying. It's protection. But it's also poison, because eventually you stop making choices. You just live out your forecasts. And the worst part? We think these predictions make us smart, but they mostly make us small. So how do you know if you're stuck in an assumption? Listen to your words. Always. Never. Everyone. No one. It's obvious. It's hopeless. Those are red flags, dead giveaways that you're making calls from a narrow sample with a wide emotional echo. And here's the consequence. You stop applying. You stop dating. You stop trusting. You stop saying yes, because your predictions don't just limit your mindset. They shrink your world. But it's not too late. So here's what I want you to do. Opening. Break the pattern. Challenge the prediction. Grab a notebook. Open a note on your phone. Whatever works. Now write down. What's a prediction you've been living by? Something like, this project is going to fail. They won't understand me. I'm too late to change. That'll end in conflict. Nobody wants what I offer. Now ask yourself, where did I learn that? What made me start believing that? Is it a fact? Or is it a feeling I turned into a rule? Then try this. What are 3 other outcomes that are equally possible? Maybe it goes better than expected. Maybe it leads somewhere you didn't anticipate. Maybe it doesn't go perfect. But you handle it better than you think. That's what you're training. Not toxic positivity, but mental flexibility. The ability to look at your own assumptions and say, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's good. So if you want to stop being ruled by your thoughts, by your fears, by the same damn loop, don't just manage your emotions. Don't just shift your state. Challenge your predictions, because the future hasn't happened yet. And you deserve to live it, not just assume it.